Let's face it, people don't like to admit that they need help, which is why so many of us have such a hard time asking for it.
But a local group of radio stations is trying to make it easy for you to get the help and hope you really need. And this sounds like such a cool program, so we sent our Matt Chambers to go check it out for himself. Matt, how does this whole thing work?
I can tell you firsthand, guys, this is a really cool program, and the best way I can make people who aren't familiar with this whole concept understand it, think about hotlines. How many hotlines do we hear about every year? You've got the hotline for tips on cooking your Thanksgiving turkey, right? You've got hotlines for animals in distress. There are even psychic hotlines, for Pete's sake. So think about this as a hotline just for help and hope. Sandy Brown is the general manager of both Joy FM and Boost Radio, and she's also the morning host on Joy FM, so I think we're pulling her off the air right now.
I got 30 seconds.
Okay, good. Well, we'll make this quick. First of all, for folks that aren't familiar with these two stations, tell us a little bit about the mission here.
Right, well, the mission is to have music that is fun, that's going to sound like every other radio station on the dial with one big exception, and it's hope-filled. And so it's just music that makes you feel good and points you to a God that loves you.
And the response from the local community in the years you guys have been on the air has been, I won't say overwhelming, but it's been impressive, really.
It's surpassed our expectations. We thought, well, you know, people who go to church may listen to Joy FM or Boost, and what we're finding is that there are a lot of people who want to listen to good music, have it available for their kids, and feel a little encouraged every day. So it's got a wide net.
And all of us need a little hope and help could use some hope at any point in our lives. That's what's happening right behind us here. Tell me about what's going on until 10 o'clock this morning.
We have pastors, counselors, staff here, and they're just listening ears. And so we're inviting anybody to call in with any concern, and we're here to help you, pray for you, and point you in some good directions. It's easy. It's, again, wide net for everybody.
So when someone calls it, because I think people might be a little trepidatious about this, we all have some shame in our lives about admitting the problems we're dealing with. What's the experience like when someone picks up the phone?
Pastors from every denomination, so this isn't about one church, one theology. This is really just about, hey, I get it. We all have brokenness in one way or the other. Let's admit it, and let's see if we can't help one another and go to a God who loves us and has help available for us too.
This is a very callous way of thinking about this, but I know you probably have a good sense in your head of kind of the top reasons people call in, and it's a shame that we have to talk about that, but there are some common themes, some frequent themes.
Sure.
Why do people call in most of the time?
Anxiety is a big one. I'm stressed, I'm fearful, I don't even know why, or there's a broken relationship, or I have a health need. Again, things that we all encounter in our lives or have friends that do, and they're common everyday things.
Do you find that men and women call in with different needs, different problems?
Exactly. Anxiety is a big one for the women, and again, men not wanting to admit, but I've got some failed, broken relationships in my lives or some bad coping habits. And so, again, nothing's off the table. We're just here to say we need help.
And anecdotal, but I'll call it proof, that women are better at asking for help than men. You can slay me if you want to. There are 2 free events in the evenings next week. The women's one's already sold out. It's a free event. We'll talk more about that in the next half hour. Thank you so much for the work that you do. I want to get this phone number out because what we didn't mention is you can also text. If you're not comfortable with a call, you can text them. The phone lines are open now. There's the number on your screen. It's 866-969-4569. Stick around because, again, in our next half hour, former St. Louis Cardinal Andy Benes and his wife Jennifer, who sits on the board here at Joy FM and Boost Radio, are going to join us to talk more about those those evening events next week. Sandy, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Literally, good work.
We'll check back in with you, Matt. Thank you very much.